Hi Gemini, it's Lynn from DevineCentral. I am here with your April 2022 tarot reading. I'm going to pull a few cards on various aspects of your life, and we'll just see what Spirit has in store for you for April. How's that? Okay. If you are so inclined during this reading, I would please ask that you like and subscribe to my channel. It's the only way people can find me. I am going to switch cameras now for you and show you that I am working with the Good Tarot. This is a beautiful deck. It was a gift from my neighbor Wendy. The deck has a very, very heavy cardstock, almost to the point, and it's oversized. It's not your typical size. It's an oversized deck. So I can't shuffle. I can't fan shuffle just because it's so hard to shuffle and so big. So that's the negative. But the positive is, for a lot of people that just can't stand borders, it is a borderless deck. And it also is based on the elements for the suits. So kind of a nice deck. I'll set that aside. Ready to go? Okay, let's look at work. Let's look at your finances. We'll take a look at your personal life or your love life. We will look at your friends and family and social life, and then we'll end with your personal growth this month, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and then we'll see what messages we can get from Spirit. Okay. Work. For work, we have the Eight of Fire. That would be akin to the Eight of Wands. Okay. So it tells us that there is a lot up in the air. And to me, because eights are about so much movement and activity, but in a passionate kind of crazy way. So to me, it's kind of like a scattered energy. And I think that that's what you might find at work this month. I think that there's, you're probably, coming into the final stages of year end, spending 3 months trying to get the month end done at work, and wrapping everything up so that you can move, fully into this 2022 year. And sometimes that means there's a lot of just little annoying things hanging in the balance that just have not been brought to fruition yet. And I think this is the month for that. I think this is the month where everything is going to start to align and to come into order so that you can bring it to the next level, which is 9, which is fruition. So this is a month of cleaning up loose ends. Okay. At work. For our finances, we have the Four of Earth. Now, a lot of times this card in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, this is considered the miser card, right? Where he's hanging on to all of his coins. But in all actuality, it's really more about managing your resources, but doing it in such a way where you still get to enjoy them. We have a certain amount of fours are about stability, and we have a certain amount of stability, but yet we are forever worried that we don't have enough, that it's never enough. And at some point in time, you need to let go of that. It's because you see up here, it's all in her head. It's all above her. She has plenty to offer other people and plenty to give to herself. She just is so, she's thinking that she doesn't. And that's not the case. So with regard to your finances, I would recommend that, sometimes the best way for us to get back is to give back. So I think this would be a good time to, maybe share something, buy a friend a meal, or bring groceries to an older neighbor, or do something that takes the onus off of you. Spend a little bit of whatever value that you have this month, because whatever you put out there, comes back tenfold. The universe keeps perfect score. So get out of your own head, and you're fine. Just start maybe giving a little bit more out there so that you can bring more back in to yourself. When it comes to, this is a cute card. I'm kind of new to this deck still. This is the Three of Pentacles. And when I see this card, it's typically like a work card. But here, it's not as much of a work card. But it's almost as if she's peering out into the future. She's looking looking for something. Threes are about expansion. They're about putting ourselves out there and seeing what comes back. Earth, this is about being grounded. This is about being about our material things, right? Our home and our home and our health and our money, not finances as much as, our everyday money. But this is about our everyday life. And maybe it's saying it's time to expand. It's time to, we have a grounded relationship. It's time to expand it now. It's spring. Get out, do some more things, or try to find something more to do to ground yourself even more so in the relationship that you have. Now, if you don't have a relationship right now, threes are about expansion. And to me, it says there is somebody out there that's very grounded and very earthy that might draw your attention this month. So make sure that you keep an eye out, because sometimes these signs are so subtle you miss them, and you walk right by them and not even notice. So start noticing for that this month. As for your family, friends, and social, we have the Five of Air. So tells me, and means to me, this is the bully card. This is the I'm ready to pick a fight card. Sometimes to me it is the winning the battle but not always winning the war card. Also, you will find in this card, if you look close enough, see how she's on a very thin wire. So if you're making trouble with friends and family, you need to stop it. Okay, you need to think before you speak. If you are feeling rather competitive with a sibling or a friend, try to change your thought process and try to change your pattern, because I promise you, if you go to pick a fight with somebody this month, it's not going to work. It's going to backfire on you. And you are treading on thin ice. You are treading on thin trapeze wire. Okay, so let's get through this month by disengaging before you put yourself in a position that you're going to be sorry for. All right, so where are we on your personal development? Well, you're kind of the hermit this month. That's okay. That's all right. You know what? It's you couldn't pick a better month. It's spring, to get out there and maybe do a little communing with nature, and getting on that mountaintop, going out away from everybody else, and just being with yourself and being with your spirit guides, and breathing in that fresh spring air. When we get out there and we get by ourselves and we give ourselves a chance to think, right? With, all the stuff that's going on at work and home, and the kids screaming and yelling, and the TVs are all on, and and the social media is always going. You don't get an opportunity to really think through. And in this picture, you can see there's all those keys up there. There's all that knowledge, all that. It's almost like all these decisions that need to be made, that need to be thought out. And the best way to do it is just to go off and be by yourself and do that. And I think that you'll find that your personal growth would come this month from just being able to make some decisions finally on some things. Pick a path and bring some things to conclusion. It is a 9 after all. Message from Spirit this month: the Four of Fire. We have another 4. It's about stability. But isn't it interesting that we have 3s and 4s and 5s? Okay. 4s, more stability to come. And when we see the 4 of Wands, right? To me, when I see that, it just reminds me of when I walk in my house after a long day and I go, I'm home. It's that feeling of, finally being able to let your hair down, being where you belong. And I think, here's another thing, if you combine that with this card, if the Hermit can make some decisions on some things that he's been, I don't know, procrastinating on, I think that you will find that you can breathe easier. And you can feel like, there's some type of settlement that will give you an opportunity to relax a little bit. I think sometimes when we have decisions to make and we kind of are putting them off because we need to think them out, there's just not a good time to think. I think once we take that time and force ourselves to do it, force ourselves to pick a direction even, that all of a sudden it's like, you know, the onus is off. So that is my reading for you, Gemini, this month. I hope that some of it resonates with you, and I hope you have a terrific month. I'll be back Wednesday with my mailbag readings, and next month with May. So see you soon. Bye-bye.